Om Shanti Paramatma Sarupe Pranamam. In the annals of hagiography that deals with biographies of holy men exclusively, the names of disciples who are extraordinarily devout to their masters shine like bright stars. Guru Kripa is graced upon them exclusively compared to other disciples. Matsyendranath was a great saint known as Siddha Purusha who had obtained siddhis, that is, miraculous powers like walking on water, walking on fire, walking on thorns, walking in air, disappearing at one place and appearing again at a far off place. Many miracular powers they obtain by astute practice of Hatha Yoga. Matsyendranath had a devout disciple, Goraknath. One day, Matsyendranath, along with his disciple Goraknath, went for begging. In a house, some festivity was going on. Because of the feast, the housewife served delicious and tasty items to these two persons. Maschendranath and Goraknath brought back those delicious food items and relished for that day. Next day, Matsyendranath asked Goraknath to go to that particular house once again and ask the housewife the same items which were so tasty. Without questioning, Goraknath went to that house, requested the housewife to give the same delicious, tasty items because Guru was interested in them. She was astonished how it could be possible. Yesterday was some festivity, so we made special preparations. How can we make special preparations every day? Just like that? Just because your Guruji asked, you are prepared to fetch anything for him? Suppose your Guruji asks your rice, are you prepared to give rice? Without a second thought, Guruji, if asks, I will definitely give the ice, madam, was the answer from Goraknath. Then she told, if you give your two ice now, I will prepare the items which you have requested in return. This is my challenge. Are you prepared to give your ice to me? Without a second thought again, Goraknath started pulling out his eyes. Blood started oozing out profusely. Seeing this, the housewife felt aghast. Stop there itself. I asked only for testing you, not really. What shall I do with your eyes? Don't do that business. Stop there only. I will bring the items which asked for. She went in, prepared those special items, delicious, tasty, once again, and delivered to Goraknath. Goraknath handed over those things to Matsyendranath. When Matsyendranath observed the swollen eyes of Goraknath, asked for the reason. He explained everything. He was so much pleased at the devotion of the Goraknath. Told, really I am not interested in the tasty, delicious food. Only taste sake only. I asked you to go there. So I am satisfied now with your full devotion. Now I will tell you all the secret powers of yoga which were told to me by the Lord Shiva himself. So he did. Later on, Goraknath became, just like his master, a great Siddha Purusha. Gorakhpur is given that name after Goraknath. He is being venerated even in Nepal. Let us go to another story. Sanaka was a disciple who was very much interested in serving his master Shankaracharya. So much so that whether day or night, always he was at the beck and call of the Guru Shankaracharya. Naturally, he was lagging behind in his studies. The disciples made fun of him, called him a dullard. He didn't mind. One day, Shankaracharya, along with disciples, went to Ganges for bath. On one side of the river, he was taking bath. On the other side, the disciples were drying up the clothes. After a while, suddenly, Shankaracharya yelled out, "Oh, Sananda, come urgently. I am quite wet. Bring those dried up clothes for me." Without a second thought, with a quick pace, he started for Guruji. His mind was full of serving his master only. He didn't remember even that there is Ganges in between Guruji and himself. He started a quick pace, astonished and being pleased very much with his devotion. Goddess Ganges popped up. Lotus flowers on the surface of the Ganges, so that Sananda, whenever he lay his foot, there was a lotus flower just beneath. So practically he was walking on the lotus flowers step by step. But he didn't know that. His mind was full of Guruji only, serving Guruji. So somehow he crossed the river, he reached Guruji and handed over the dried up clothes. Shankaracharya asked, "How did you cross Ganges?" Sananda simply told, "People who chant your name, venerate you, they treat their mighty samsara sagara as only knee-deep pool. After all, Ganges is nothing to me when my mind is full of devotion to you." So, the Guruji immediately took him towards the Ganges and showed him how The lotus flowers were floating on the surface just to make him to walk over them. Because he walked over the lotus flowers, he was given the title Padma Pada. Not only that, later on, he was made in charge of the great Matha, the Govardhana Pitha in Puri later on. Such was the real result and achievement for great devotees, devoted disciples like Sananda. Now, what we learn from these two stories? Disciples are disciples just like any other being, nothing special, but only such extraordinary persons who commit themselves, make a total surrender of themselves in service of the Master. They become bright stars. They are being remembered by the posterity. We shall try to emulate such disciples. Om Shanti.